And first of all, we appreciate what you're all doing. I know it's a difficult task, but one of the things I've seen is when I talk to the small businesses in, let's say, in the border community in South Texas, there still seems to be a disconnect. In other words, we get testimony up here saying it's working. But then when you talk to the small businesses, we get a very different picture saying that it's still very difficult for them to do business with y'all, and it's just a very different picture. Why do you think there's such a stark difference in what you all tell us and what we actually hear in our districts?
I'd be glad to start. I think sometimes there are misperceptions and a lack of understanding about how to do business with the federal government. And as I said before, the Schedules program is usually the first entry place into the federal marketplace. What we provide to small business is training, free training. We call it Pathways to Success. Not only how to get on the GSA schedule, which then really gives you a license to sell anywhere in the federal government, and in some cases selling to state and local governments too. And in providing that training, we not only tell them how to get onto the schedule, how to fill out the application form and the process we go through. We also try to tell them how to market to the federal government, so once they get that license to sell, they can be a success. I think the federal government can be somewhat of a hard market to understand if you've never dealt with it. And we try to ease and mitigate that burden by providing this free training and doing numerous, as everybody does, numerous outreach events to small business. We love in GSA having a very broad and diverse industrial base. We consider it's part of our mission is to make sure that agencies on one hand trying to do business with the private sector can do business in an efficient way, but can have access to small business, women-owned, hub-zone, service-disabled veteran businesses, and we provide that entry point and provide it in a low-cost way to small business and also train them on how to get in that door.
I think expectations are high. When they get schedules, I think, oh boy, I'm going to get government business. That just gives them the license. They haven't actually won any business yet. Same across the board, not limited to schedules. Small businesses see all the money the federal government is spending. They want in on the activity. We want them in on the activity because they're the backbone of our country. They get all excited. They put in proposals. Well, you know, for every one that wins one, there's 2 or 3 that don't. Those are the ones that I would suspect you hear from with some regularity, the disappointment, all the effort they put into it, and not getting some immediate government business. On job fairs, we heard that loud and clear that a lot of small businesses would come, they'd participate, they'd be all excited, then they'd come away with contacts and cards, but not any actual business. So we encourage agencies now to bring live requirements with them to give opportunities. In some instances, the small businesses actually leave the market fairs with orders, which had never been done before. So we need to push more of that.
I think one of the things we think we could do better is establish relationships and develop some trust. I think small businesses generally do not trust the federal government. They think we're too bureaucratic, and we are. We have laws to follow, and perceptions are always true, so we have to work at that each and every day. I think you'll hear some examples from some of our partners that will testify in a panel after we do. Hopefully they will substantiate that we have tried to do the best we can in bringing in small businesses. The best small business example there is in the world is something that used to be called the Army Air Corps, now called the United States Army, not United States Air Force, so they should still be a small business. Different panel. I think if you look at our
I'm sorry, but I need to interrupt since we have to go to the floor to vote. The committee will start in recess for about 20 minutes.
Thank you very much.